May I have your attention, please? Would everyone please find a seat so we can begin? Would everyone please take a seat so we can begin? Maria, can you? All right, we're going to go ahead and begin. Those who are still getting coffee, please find a seat as quickly as you can. But we want to keep on schedule because we have a lot to get to today. Good morning to all. I'm David Klement. I'm director of the Institute for Strategic Policy Solutions at St. Petersburg College. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Seminole campus, and we are proud to once again partner with Maria's Adult Daycare Center to present the 5th Annual Caregivers Conference. And we're happy to, again, welcome back for the second year as a co-sponsor, AARP Florida, who has a table out in the lobby. This is the sort of community event for which the Institute was created 8 years ago. And it's just one of many that the staff and I put on together on a regular basis to bring the college into the community and the community into the college. We at St. Pete College are an important part of the community. We want to serve it in a variety of ways, as well as providing a first-class education to its young people and to its adult learners who might want to be seeking new career enhancement opportunities. And on that note, if you happen to be thinking of a new career opportunity, the Career Services Office is just outside this door on the right, and they'll be happy to talk to you and explain what career opportunities there might be, especially if for some of you caregivers in the healthcare field. We have an entire campus devoted to healthcare education and training at 66th Street and Park Boulevard North. Now, let's get the program underway by welcoming the Mayor of Seminole, the Honorable Leslie Waters, who will offer her welcome to her city. Mayor Waters.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to sunny Seminole. Is this just like a Chamber of Commerce day? It's beautiful out there. My hair didn't even frizz. I don't know what's going on. All right, everyone, let's take a deep breath. Everybody's been running around like crazy people, traveling in, setting up their tables. Everyone take a deep breath and relax. But before we do that, my last name is Waters, and you know what we have to do. The Waters wave. You're right. Exactly what you do at the Bucks game. Waters wave for better caregiving duties. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! All right, let me tell you something, folks. 4th graders could do it better. On the count of three, we're going to wake up with the waters wave for a Better Caregiver Conference. 1, 2, 3. Woo! All right, there you go. Now, we'll all liven up here a little bit. I have been given 3 minutes to speak. I was just told that I can have 5, but don't panic. My welcoming comments are 3 minutes, and I'll try to zip along and tell you a little bit about my big little city. But before I do that, I want to give special thanks to Maria Weiner. Has everyone met Maria? Maria Adult Day Care Center on Seminole Boulevard, and this is the 5th year in a row, annual, that she has hosted this caregiver conference, and it's spectacular. Especially want to thank David Klement for helping with this conference every year. So between the two of them, we'll get things going. Seminole is a wonderful big little city, and I say big little city because it's 18,000 people. How big is the city that you live in? Just think about it. 18,000 seems like a small city, and it is, but a little stat that you can go home with, Seminole is larger than over 50% of the 412 cities in the state of Florida. So what does that tell you? Our state is full of small cities. We're not all Miami or Jacksonville or Tampa and so forth. So I love that stat, and I always like to brag about it. Let me tell you about the city of Seminole. I've been on council 10 years. I've been mayor 5 years. In 2015, we established a patriotic red, white, and blue initiative. We border Bay Pines. My word, we have thousands of veterans that live in our community, and military families, and soldiers that are serving in our military. This red, white, and blue, and yes, let's hear it for our soldiers. And you can see the red, white, and blue spirit around the city by looking on our phone poles, and we have red, white, and blue banners. And I always love to look up and see the banners, and it took me several years to get it in the budget, get them hung. Then Hurricane Irma came along, and what happened? Whacked a couple of my precious banners, so then we had to replace them. We are also a Purple Heart city. Everyone knows what a Purple Heart is. Purple Heart is the award that is given to the family of a fallen soldier or a soldier that has been wounded in combat. And very proud to receive the designation of a Purple Heart city, all blending in with that red, white, and blue initiative. Every November for the past 3 or 4 years, what's going on across the street at City Hall? Oh, who said that? Prize. You get a prize. Very good. There you go. Field of Honor. Our City Hall is right across the street. And the Kiwanis Club of Seminole has over 300 American flags that are displayed in front of City Hall. We have so many it had to roll on over to the post office property. How about that? The feds let us use their property. So these flags, of course, for the month of November in honor of Veterans Day, are sponsored. I sponsor 2. I think it's $30 each. I sponsor 1 for my dad, WW2, handsome Navy pilot, and Vietnam War, handsome Army husband. So there you go. So in November, come on back to Seminole and look at our Field of Honor, and it is something to behold. It is probably the only tourist attraction we have in my big little city. So and we are also a Tree City, USA. So you see the signs on the main corridors, Tree City, USA. For 18 years, there's requirements that we have to maintain that designation. Now, of probably importance to you all in this room and at this conference is that with the help of Maria Weiner, we were designated the first in the state of Florida to be a dementia-friendly city. Now, what does that mean? I got gigged on Facebook, and oh my God, we're not trying to cure, we're not scientists for dementia. But we want our shops and our restaurants to acknowledge our seniors. Settle down, folks. Calm down. Be patient when dealing with seniors. And I've seen that. And the Chamber of Commerce did an excellent job of going to every business in the area in Seminole and training the staff. So hopefully that is paying off. Now, Seminole is booming, and why is it booming? What has been built in the last couple years? The Seminole City Center, of course. That old elephant, the Seminole Mall that I used to go to the movies and to Byron's and what else? Where'd you all go to? Inside that mall, it was a gathering place for teenagers. It was the mall. It was added on, added on. It was dead, dead, dead. Due to the recession, we got to look at it year after year. Finally, someone bought it, tore it down. Yay. I love the word demolition. Yay. And then this new Seminole City Center came up from the dust, and it has something for everyone. So please stop by BurgerFi for a hamburger, or Bell's, or lots of favorites over there. Miller's Ale House, very nice. So I definitely want to invite everyone to come back to Seminole over the weekend, next week, over the summer. Launch a canoe or a kayak at our waterfront park next to Home Depot, or visit our Seminole Historical Museum the last Wednesday of every month over by City Park. Remember where the water tower was? Talk about demolished. I wasn't happy with that. Some people were. West of the water tower, demolished location is our City Park. That is where our gem in the community is, our historical museum. It's open on Saturdays. We have programs the last Wednesday of every month. So check it out. Give me a call. And, of course, our state-of-the-art community library here shared with the students on this campus. Okay, there you go. We got a fan of the library, and who isn't? Bring your kids, your grandkids, to our annual Powwow Festival. March 8th and 10th, just coming up in a couple weeks, right next door on the grounds of the rec center. And you'll find, hopefully this year, a Ferris wheel, and hopefully elephant ears, oh boy, popcorn, and Rita's crushed ice. So what a great conference we have here this morning, a lot to learn, people to meet, connections, networking, and as they say in South Seminole, come back, you hear? So, with that, I am going to introduce to you the dynamic, the wonderful Maria Weiner. Maria.
Good morning, everyone. I am so excited again for the 5th year in a row to be here with you. I want to thank Mayor Leslie Waters. 5 years ago, I sat at her office and I asked her if she can support a caregivers conference. And she didn't even ask what I was talking about. She just said, yeah, let's do it. And she gave me the great advice to start at the Seminole Library. She was there the first day. We only had like 70 attendees. And she welcomed everybody, and ever since, every time I ask her for something, which is once a year, of course, right? She's right here, she's right there. She's here for you, the caregivers. She's here for her community. She's here for everybody that belongs to Seminole and doesn't belong to Seminole. She's an amazing woman, and I'm always short on words to describe her, how amazing she is. So today I am going to give her a beautiful bouquet, and I am not taking it home. She is taking it home this time. So thank you, Mayor Leslie Waters.
You want to come up closer? Come up closer.
Okay. Okay.
You know, Maria really has this ability to match the flowers with my outfits. Remember a year or two ago, I had this beautiful little a pink kind of thing, and she gave me flowers that matched it perfectly. Thanks to Seminole florist on Seminole Boulevard. Stop by, Jeff. Beautiful flowers.
If they match the outfit, you know that it belongs to her. So good for her. I'm here to welcome you. Again, my name is Maria Weiner. I'm the owner of Maria's Adult Daycare Centers, the one in Seminole Boulevard and the one just recently opened a year and a half ago, Countryside Boulevard. Thank you again for being part of this amazing Caregivers Conference, our 5th annual. David has always, for the past 3 years, SPC, Seminole Campus, has always sponsored this caregiver conference, was part of the Dementia Friendly City campaign since day one. And I'm very proud to be partnering up with the Institute and for the 2nd year in a row with AARP from the state of Florida. So we have to thank them because without these 2 main sponsors, we would not be here today. I would not be able to present this today. So thank you to both of you. And the other people that I have to thank are all our exhibitors that are here today. Thank you for sponsoring each table that are here, resources. There's 2 of each company. There's actually 3 adult daycare centers. I think the more the merrier. There's 2 memory care. There's 2 independent living that offer assisting living. There's 2 companies that offer resources to help you place your loved one, or just go and visit each one of them and try to get all these resources that you will need to become a better caregiver and not overwhelm yourself and not feel that stress that every day of caregiving does to you. You have a whole support team here, and you have caregivers sitting next to you that might be going through something that you went through already, or might be going through something that you need some information. So who better than the person that already went through that can give you advice and that can help you or give you a hand. Now, I do want to ask every single caregiver in the room to hold their right hand up and then put it on your chest where your heart is. Do you feel your heart? Now close your eyes and remember that every time you feel stress, every time you need courage, every time you need to reach down for kindness, just think about your heart and think about how you need to feed your own heart in order to give how you give each day to your loved one. So you first love yourself, you care for yourself, and when you forget about those days because you're so overwhelmed caring for others, for the most precious person you have in your life, think about your heart and touch it once in a while. We forget that we have a heart. So let's touch our heart a couple minutes a day, every day, and just think about how amazing you are. Thank you for being part of this amazing conference. And I hope that I can give you and everybody here this great team of resources, healthcare providers. Every single sponsor and exhibitor here loves you and cares for you. And there's one thing that I can tell you, we exist because of you. So please let us help you, please let us guide you, and please let us give you those tools that you need to become a better caregiver and to care for yourself. The restrooms, by the way, are outside the auditorium. The right side is the ladies, and the left side are the men. Oh, just let the smell guide you through. Just kidding. I ran into a beautiful caregiver that has been here, and she said, you know, I need to go to the restroom. And I said, okay, well, I need to go too. And then she says, are you Maria? I said, yes. And I said, but don't think I'm going to join you in the restroom. I'm not going to help you that far. And she started laughing, but it was so nice to see that she has looked up on YouTube the prior annual caregivers conference. So you can go to YouTube right now or after the conference, and you can see the second annual caregivers conference. You can see the speakers, the third annual caregivers conference, at the fourth annual caregiver conference, and then within the next 2 to 3 weeks, you'll have the fifth annual caregiver conference. So you can see all our speakers and keep track of what we have done so far. I want to now, after this introduction of the conference, I want to let you know that every break we're going to have 2 or 3 door prizes that have been provided by all these exhibitors. So stay around, have a red ticket. If you don't have a red ticket, they're giving it out at the front.